perceptual knowledge in itself doesn't have any qualitative dimension to it. I mean, I can say, can you perceive, is the door open or closed? And you say, it's closed, of course. And I say, well, what's that perception feel like? I mean, it doesn't feel like anything. It's just information. The door is closed. It's like if I was to ask you, what's the capital of France? And you said Paris. I'd say, well, what's it feel like to know that Paris is the capital of France? It doesn't feel like anything, at least not in the sense that, let's say, to eat a peach does, or to hear the whistle of a siren. I mean, that's hits us, and we respond to it in ways which have a completely different dimension from pure information or pure knowledge does. And so I've made this very sharp distinction between perceptual knowledge and sensory expression. We perceive in parallel with sensation. We don't, as many people have thought, first sense the world at the level of sense data and then build it up by some kind of elaborate synthesis from sense data up to higher level perception. No, the higher level perception goes on without the sensation, as we know from extraordinary cases like blindsight, where you get perception without sensation. But in cases like that, what's really remarkable is that the subject of them says, yes, I can see, but it's not like anything to see. I don't feel involved with it. I don't feel it's part of me. I don't feel it enriches my life in any way. What we've been lucky enough to have is this separate pathway. It actually evolved first, I'm sure, this ancestral pathway, which is still supplying us with the rich sense of being touched by light and sound and smells and things, them interacting at our body surface. Sensation isn't concerned with the world out there. It's concerned with what's happening to me at this moment. As I put it, the thick moment in which I'm living, in which stimuli are touching me, I'm responding to them, and through that generating a kind of reverberating loop which actually extends the moment of consciousness beyond the physical instant, so that we feel that we're living in what I've called thick time.
Ben is working on a hard math problem. Is instead of just saying, okay, Paris is the capital of France, if I say, damn it, what is it? I forgot that the capital is working something out. Is there some sort of, when I feel that almost pain or work or struggle in working out, I do feel it feels rich to me. It doesn't feel, is that just some sort of analogous sensation of what's happening to me, or what's going on?
No, I think while we're working away at a problem, of course, we're working not just with our brains, but in fact, look at the forms, the shapes our bodies take and so on. We're clenching our fists, we're hunched or whatever it may be, and we're generating somatic sensations, which are all part of the sense of working on the problem. So I think these are genuine sensations, and I think they have a qualitative dimension to them, supplied by the actual feedback from our bodies. But I don't think, at least to my mind, it's not the actual cogitation which is producing that qualitative dimension. It's the way in which our bodies become involved in almost everything we do. But it's, and if you want to say it's like something to solve a math problem, that's fine. But it's not. It's just not like something in the same way as it is to see red.
Well, when you were trying to remember McGinn's exact quote, you know what I mean? I mean, it felt like something, right? Maybe not as vivid. I don't know.
Well, it's a very. I mean, the phrase "it's like something" is. The phrase "it's like something" was introduced by Tom Nagel in his famous essay "What's It Like to Be a Bat?" and it's been taken up by all English-speaking philosophers and psychologists. Other languages seem to have problems in translating it. Nonetheless, it's now the way we talk about what we mean by this qualitative dimension of sensory consciousness. I've actually gone further with that phrase and thought, well, why do we find it? Why does it seem to fit the case, what it's like to feel pain or to see red? And I think it's because the very phrase suggests that it's like something which it actually isn't. Why would we say it's like something? Why would we make a comparison to something else unless it actually was approaching that something else but not actually getting there? And in my more recent writing, I've tried to draw out that analogy and say that we use the phrase "what it's like" precisely because we're struggling to express something which isn't actually accessible to us. It's rather, or was trying to say it's like something that it couldn't be. And I've used the analogy of looking at a figure like the impossible triangle, the Penrose triangle, in which we see something which it clearly can't be what we think it is, because it's an impossible triangle. And so it's like an impossible triangle, although it isn't an impossible triangle. I think that the experience of such a simple sensation as seeing red is like something in a rather similar sense. It's like something which has, let's say, in particular, a time dimension to it, which it couldn't have. It seems to outlast the physical moment. Sensation is obviously, to each of us, it's flowing on, but it's not flowing in physical time from instant to instant. It's flowing in subjective time from thick moment to thick moment, in which each moment seems to outlast its own physical presence. Now that's clearly a physical impossibility. So when we feel it's like that, we mean it's like that in the sense that it couldn't be that, but it seems to be like that. So I think Tom Nagel's phrase is actually a rather felicitous one, though I'm not at all sure he'd want me to have taken it as seriously as I have done.